Hey guys, today I am going to be playing 99 Nights in the Forest without a campfire. Let's get started. The first thing I did for this challenge was find 4 people from my friends list who I thought might have enough days to complete the 99 days without dying. I want you guys to go ahead and guess right now in the comments who you think will still be alive at the end of the 99 days. As soon as we got into the world, I had to look around just to make sure that this world would work. There's a few things that you have to watch out for when doing this challenge. The most important is to have a tree with a branch, a big tree with a branch that you can stand on, preferably right next to a pond so that you can fish from it. The tree keeps you alive at night, saves you from wolves and the deer, and then the pond is useful for getting scrap. So for this run, we're gonna have one cyborg class to help kill wolves and cultists, stuff like that. And then we've got 4 fishermen classes because we're just gonna need a lot of fishermen to hopefully get a lot of scrap. But before I can start fishing for scrap, I went around getting as much wood as I could because we're going to need to be able to buy farm plots. Farm plots are very useful for 2 reasons. The first is obviously just food. Without being able to light the fire, there's no way to cook food, which means the only ways to eat in this challenge is either to have a cook class in your party or to make enough farm plots that you can just eat vegetables. Eventually we will be able to get a crock pot, but that will take quite a bit of time before we can actually do that. As the first day came to a close, we all started getting up into the trees. This isn't necessary your first night because the deer isn't hungry the first night, and wolves don't actually come out until there's about 20 seconds left of the first night. But just to be as safe as possible, we all came up into the trees just so that we didn't lose any health. Talento was nice enough to kill a wolf our first night, but unfortunately it did not give us a wolf pelt, meaning we wouldn't be able to get anything from the pelt trader this first time. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to get some more wolf pelts and get some trades from the pelt trader. As day 3 started, I could see that our farm plots had finally grown a few plants, so I ran there straight away because there was no way I was going to let somebody steal food that I needed. The other reason I came over here straight away was because I originally thought that I needed to pick all of these plants as soon as possible so that they would start growing again, but it turns out farm plots are on a 2-day cycle, so as long as we picked those vegetables by the end of this day, they're actually going to keep growing at the exact same rate that they would anyways. I put a few carrots in my bag as you saw a second ago right there, just in case I need them later, and then it was straight back to fishing, hoping I could get some more scrap. Eventually I had enough scrap that I could upgrade our crafting table, but I decided to keep buying farm plots because I figured that that would be a safer bet. Eventually we will want to buy the crafting table upgrade so that we can get a lightning rod and hopefully some more beds, stuff like that. But for now, getting more farm plots is actually a better idea because our only way to heal is cake. If we can't grow cake, then any damage we take will not be taken care of because without a fire, you literally cannot heal. And then it was back to fishing, which if I did like a whole 2-hour video about this, probably 70% of it would be fishing because that's really all there is to this challenge. It's just fishing and fishing until you get lucky enough with scrap. One thing I would suggest to people who want to try this challenge is not to have 4 fishermen in your class. I replaced 4 of your fishermen with a lumberjack just to get renewable wood. As you can see right here, our favorite cat's eye actually was getting chased by the deer because I guess she didn't want to get up in the tree. And just like that, for the night of day 4, we had our first death, which was mildly unfortunate because we only had a few medkits. I have a medkit because I spent like 250 diamonds trying to get the talent to spawn with a medkit. And then Talento also has that same talent. So both of us have a medkit, but I figured it was probably best not to spend my medkit on the person who died on day 4. So for now, we're just going to let her stay there dead. And you guys can guess how long she stays in the game before she decides to finally disconnect. As you can see over there where the arrow is pointing, that's where Talento is standing with his laser cannon. The idea is that if we're all in this tree over here, then when wolves spawn underneath us, he can shoot them from over there. It's a lot easier for him to get the angle on them, shooting them from over there. And if he can kill wolves, then we can get wolf pelts. The next morning, Talento started going around attacking some cultists. Unfortunately, both Kate and Talento took 1 hit of damage, which wasn't ideal, but they're still alive for now, so it's not the end of the world. And then I finally upgraded our crafting bench. The reason for this is sooner or later, we're gonna have a thunderstorm, and if lightning strikes you, and you don't have a lightning rod, it's gonna do damage to you. And so we were kind of speed running to get this lightning rod as fast as possible. Otherwise, lightning might be the death of us for this run. And I haven't said this yet, but this was over 40 attempts. I've already had over 40 attempts at this challenge. It took me a super long time to do this, so I did not want to die trying. We also got this message that the cat had woken up. Thinking back on it, I don't think we actually saw the cat once the entire run, so I don't know why that showed. You might have to expand your map to actually do anything with that, but it was just kind of a funny message to, well, it wasn't funny originally because I was kind of scared, but looking back, it's kind of funny because we never saw the cat. The start of day 12, we finally got our lightning rod. As you can see, the area to put this just isn't very big at all. Without the campfire being upgraded, there's not many places that you can place items. I placed this wood rain storage right here. Eventually this is where we're going to be AFKing. It's mildly safer, but for now we're not really ready yet. We need some more scrap before we can do that. So until we're actually ready with that, I'm just going to be preparing this place to be AFK'd later. So I placed down one, I started putting some food in here just in case we need food in there at any point, and then it was back to fishing. Melanie went and bought us an old bed on day 15, which was super nice because that would mean that we were now increasing by 3 or 4 days, which was about the most we would ever be increasing by. We also went ahead and bought a bear trap. The idea here is that cultists can walk onto the bear trap, and so it's a good way to hit cultists without having to go up and do melee damage to them. So if Talento ever dies at any point and we don't have a ranged weapon, we can still set the trap and then have cultists walk into it. Talento kept killing more wolves for us, which was super nice. Unfortunately, the game was a little laggy, and I didn't realize that one of the wolves didn't despawn when the morning of day 16 came, and so I actually took a little damage myself from the wolf. Shortly after that, Talento was taking out some cultists. I tried to help and ended up getting hit again, which was really stupid of me looking back. I don't know why I thought I should help him. He was doing a pretty good job by himself. So I took one cultist over here to die on the bear trap. And then since this crossbow cultist was now locked onto Talento, I decided it was a good idea for me to just go in and kill him. And just like that, we were about 20% of the way through the challenge. We had 4 people alive and had survived our first 2 cultist raids. On day 19, I finally bought a log wall. The idea here is that eventually we will be staying inside of this little shelter, and the log wall prevents cultists from shooting us through the wood rain storage. It protects us from the deer and wolves attacking us through the wood storage. It's not perfect, but it helps a little bit more, and anything that can slightly help our odds of getting to day 99 is definitely super nice. So essentially this is what it looks like. I stay in here, and as long as everybody is in here or in a tree when night begins, then the deer shouldn't show up, and it should take a while for wolves to show up, which was super convenient. And that's all I did for about 8 days. There's not really much. You'll see that I start skipping through this challenge a lot more because all it really is just fishing. Right here I caught a purple fish, which doesn't really help us. It's just bragging rights. I thought I'd include it in the video. But basically all this is just fishing, buying whatever we can. Occasionally we have cultist raids, which Talento mostly takes care of, and then we stay in here during night to make sure that we're safe. And if I were to include every single thing that actually happened in this challenge, it would just be really boring, and so I want to try to get through this so it doesn't have to be like a 45-minute video. And so that's why I'm just kind of skipping through these days a little bit faster. On the morning of day 31, Kate started dodging a bunch of cultist arrows. She was doing good at first until she got hit. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here, but this feels kind of avoidable. Like, I don't know what she was thinking because she's now in the orange, almost going to die. Whether or not she ends up making it to the end of this challenge, I guess we'll have to see. And then one actually kind of fun thing is I bought a legendary stone bridge from the furniture shop on day 35. Furniture day is usually my favorite day, especially in long runs, because furniture is about all you have to do at that point in a run is just making tons of different designs with furniture. So I was pretty happy to have that. On day 39, Talento almost died. Luckily, it was a night that we were getting attacked by cultists, and so that's why he didn't end up dying to the deer right there. As soon as the cultists were started, I guess you could say the cultists were going to start coming, so the deer disappears, and then he comes back later in the night. If it wasn't for that, we probably would have died. On day 43, we finally got our first piece of cake. I went ahead and grabbed it and put it in my sack, and then I gave it to Talento. While the other two might need it more than him, I figured it's more important to keep our guy with the laser cannon alive compared to just a few fishermen, because there's not much more we can do just by fishing scrap right now. We're almost completely out of wood at this point. We're down to our last 2 trees, and so it's just a matter of time before we don't have any trees left that we can knock down. The next 10 to 20 days or so was mostly just spent playing around with wood rain storages during the day. I was trying to make the safest possible place to AFK while still making it easy to get in and out of. This design kind of worked because you can go back and forth kind of in this S shape to get in here. I just couldn't decide which design I liked the best, and so literally just for like tens of minutes, I'm not sure, probably half an hour, I just played around on stream trying to build a somewhat cool base. I never ended up sticking with one because it seemed like none of them actually ended up working, but this was about all I had to do to keep me entertained. As you can see, Talento and Melanie had taken some more damage. I was basically in the yellow at this point, not really even in the green anymore, and I had the most health left by quite a bit. On day 63, I went ahead and bought the sundial in hopes that it would tell us when nighttime was coming. This wasn't really required, but kind of useful, because as you can see on this day or slash night of 63, we barely got here in time. The deer was on top of us for half the night. And then if that wasn't bad enough, we started getting attacked by cultists. And then if the cultists weren't bad enough, an alpha wolf somehow reached through the wall and killed Melanie. And then it gets even worse, because on the start of day 67, Talento died. And I'm going to show you this replay in slow motion because there's absolutely no way that this bullet hits him. Or I guess it's an arrow. There's just no way that that hits him. It clearly misses him, but he died anyways. So I guess that's just lag. Fortunately, as you saw, he dropped a first aid kit or a med kit. That's because, as I mentioned earlier, he does have the talent that lets him start the game with a med kit. To be as safe as possible, I went ahead and I ate a piece of cake just to make sure I didn't die, which was maybe a little selfish seeing as I already had quite a bit of health. But then I ran all the way against the edge of the map to come and save him. I'm just now noticing this as I'm commentating. There were 2 small trees back behind those big trees that I don't think we ever ended up cutting down throughout the entirety of this challenge. I think nobody noticed that they were back there. So I guess those trees could have helped us do something possibly, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I tried to give a piece of cake to Talento after I revived him, but he was kind enough to give it to Kate. Kate also tried to say no to the piece of cake, but eventually we decided it was better for Kate because she was literally like 5 HP away from dying. So it brought her from the brink of death to mostly dead, which isn't a huge difference, but it is a difference. Day 75, it's just more cultists attacking. Not a huge thing, but day 75 led us into the worst thing that happened in the entire challenge. Day 79. Talento was lagging quite a bit, so he gave me his laser cannon. Now, usually I'm pretty good with a laser cannon. I've survived lots of days. I've used Cyborg a lot, but on day 79, I guess I just wasn't really thinking it through because as you can see, the fire is lit. I don't know if that was very obvious or not. I shot a cultist next to the fire. He fell into the fire and it was lit. This is just a replay, and I'll just let you guys listen to how I was reacting on stream during this part. I lit the fire! Yeah, we're gonna let it go out, but it's technically not truthful because now because we're healing now. Day 79 and I lit the fire because I killed a cultist and he fell into the fire. Okay.
Well, that's not purposeful.
It's fine. I'm gonna still upload this video because we basically did it. As long as we don't die, it's not like that really made a difference. And that's what I'm going to stick by, is as long as nobody dies or nobody gets too close to death, then the fire being lit right there doesn't really change this run. And to make sure of that, we just AFK'd and made stews for the rest of the run. Eventually we were even making stews from inside of our AFK spot. I really hate clickbait. I don't want to try to lie to you guys and be like, oh yeah, we survived 99 nights without a fire, because technically we did light it for a second. But does it really make a difference? I don't think so, because the remainder of our time, we did not leave this shelter for the rest of the challenge. We only had to survive 2 more night cycles, and so we literally just sat in here and AFK'd for a long time. So if that upsets you that I technically lit the fire, then I'm sorry, but I haven't actually found anyone else who has legitimately done this challenge. There's this video with like 500,000 views. There's a few other people, but after completing this challenge myself and watching other people's videos, their challenges or their runs trying to do this challenge were so obviously fake. They randomly got healed at times. They randomly got items that they weren't supposed to have. So this is pretty legitimate, but I am sorry that I didn't technically do it without the fire. So there it is. 99 days without using a fire, or 99 nights in the forest without a fire.
Minutes. That's ridiculous.
And I'll just let you guys listen to how I was reacting again on stream.
And you could see the wall. The deer walks into the wall as he walks away because we never once expanded the fire. Oh, what the? I've never even seen this before. There was more to this? The deer like runs. More story and ending will be revealed soon? Has that always been there, or is that new?
So yeah, that's always been there. I don't know how I never seen that until this run of all runs. So we made it to 99 nights. After this, I decided we should expand the fire just using cultist bodies and revive everyone, which took a while because Talentum ended up actually dying again. The fire went out again on day 100, which was kind of ironic. But in the end, we ended up reviving everyone and we got this sick picture. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. This has taken me weeks to complete. I've tried this challenge so many times. I wanted to do it legitimately. Technically, we had that day 79 fiasco where we kind of lit the fire for 10 seconds. But if you can ignore that 10 seconds of the video, then we completely did it. We survived 99 nights in the forest without a fire. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Go ahead and join some of my live streams because I like playing 99 nights in the forest with subscribers. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Adios.